There I was, right? I after scamming bajillions and trillions of dollars, I got on a pod with Coffeezilla, and I just basically almost cried and talked about how I was hurt because I scammed a bunch of people. Scammer get scammed, shithead type shit. But yeah, Hawk Tuah Girls Podcast is released, or it was leaked. I mentioned this in yesterday's video, but I don't think I did a good enough job of kind of explaining it. I kind of went on more of a rant of like how Hawk Tuah Girls kind of bullshit, and it was pretty obvious that she was there just for the bag, and Jake Paul again was also there just for the bag. I mean, he has no real reason to care about her fans. He doesn't even care about his own fans half the time. So yeah. But Coffeezilla reacted to pretty much the leaked podcast and had stuff to say about it, and I guess I'm gonna watch part of it, put it here, and then that will be my conclusion for this Hawk Tuah girl thing.
Hawk Tuah Girls back with a released podcast that was immediately disavowed by nearly everyone in it, who said, oh, we think there might have been insider trading involved.
See, you messed up when even the people who are in the podcast felt like there were insider trading involved and didn't want to be a part of it anymore. That's how you know you messed up too.
The podcast was not supposed to go live. They f***ed it up every step of the way. They leaked the podcast, and then they f***ing posted it when it was supposed to be canceled. They f***ed it up twice, and the third was the launch itself.
Let me see how many screw-ups that is. The total. There's the creation of the coin, the deal they had to do the coin, the launch of the coin, the scamming of the people with the coin, the possible lawsuits with the coin, the tarnished image, the podcast. Well, actually, no. First off, is trying to get Coffeezilla on the podcast, then the podcast, then keeping the the contract a secret, then the recording of the podcast, the release of the podcast, accidentally, obviously, but yeah, that's 11 screw ups here, and I mean, I just don't see how she can possibly get out of this at all.
Accusations flying. The episode got deleted, but it's still out there in the ether now with everyone nitpicking it apart. It's kind of a complete disaster for the Hawk Tuah team, and I found even more kind of wrong with it. I want to go through it because, yes, we do get mentioned in it, sort of as the boogeyman of crypto. We're going to get you. If you rug a coin, we might come after you.
Isn't it weird how all the people who are accused of scamming someone just don't like Coffeezilla or are afraid of Coffeezilla, calling him the boogeyman and whatnot? It's like, for example, you have, obviously the Hawk Tuah girl. She said she's super afraid of Coffeezilla. Then you have Logan Paul, who literally tried to sue him for what was the reason? For quote unquote, I guess, defamation or whatever. When, bro, you you scam people. Crypto Zoo was a complete failure. It was more of a failure than the subbed version of Ghost Stories, which is a complete failure. That's why we have the cult classic of the dub.
I even pinned a comment on it, which we'll talk about. I said, no idea if that's real. He says, come tape the podcast and I'll let you read it. I thought this was really skeevy. I thought that's weird. And not even like let me post it, but just read it. Now, spoiler alert, FaZe Banks didn't get to see it either. They didn't get to show it.
Kind of weird that they won't let him, take a picture of it won't let him publicly see the the contract. They will only let him read it, not even see it through public DMs or anything, or even private DMs. I guess they're afraid that if it gets out, it'll make her look bad, which, it's kind of probably true already. And the fact that FaZe Banks didn't even get to see it, and he was just gonna be able to read it, is very, not scummy, but very, wrong in a way. It just feels very wrong, odd. It's just, if you were truly innocent and your lawyer was telling the truth and Doc Hollywood was lying, you would have no problem showing the contract. You'd use it actually to prove that you're innocent in this whole shabacle.
Thought maybe things went well. Turns out it didn't, because Banks released this. He said, I agreed to do our first podcast back. I had heavy stipulations of not letting the market get manipulated. I think that's basic. Her team finding a real solution regarding the money she made. Those were non-starters. These people leaked or insider traded the token. We noticed a random spike in volume on the coin the day we did the podcast, along with random messages asking if we did the podcast. So are you guys getting this? Somebody front ran the podcast to buy up all the coins.
So they literally just filmed the podcast just to scam their audience again, which, makes sense why they leaked it too. After I'm assuming it was a shit show, because, I'm just assuming that FaZe Banks was like, this is bullshit, I'm gonna leave, and he just walked off the podcast, right? And they were like, you know what, let's go ahead and film the ad or whatever, make it seem like they were more supposed to be in the show, I guess, or whatever, and we'll accidentally release it, which, I don't know, the facts speak for themselves, and the fact is that you filmed the podcast to show that you're, I guess, changed, or that you were really a victim, but then you do the same thing again. That's like Jeffrey Dahmer saying, oh, I'll be better, I promise I'll be better, and then when he gets out, he's released. He eats another person in front of people. That is the analogy I'm getting here. Is it a good one? No, but it's still one nonetheless.
Accompanying clips that got clipped seem to be good for Haley Welsh. Like where she cries, about the rug pull, and people were saying maybe they kind of felt bad for her, right? From this leaked show. Here's Dexerto saying, Haley Welch broke down in tears while talking about the alleged rug pull of her.
I want to start by saying thank you to all my true fans and all the people that actually watch my stuff and they keep up with me. We're trying to sort out all the pieces and stuff to get all this figured out and make everything right. Oh my God, I'm gonna cry.
No, don't cry. Don't cry. Don't cry. Everything's gonna be good. We're gonna be good.
It's very disingenuous that she basically attempted to fake cry on, I guess, camera for a sympathetic reaction from people. And also it's all this really shows is that you're quote unquote taken advantage of, which is only good for your image and not really anybody else's. It's not good for anybody else who was involved or anything, but just yours pretty much. And I guess your team and quote unquote better. But they've gotten in controversy left and right, and so has their owner. So they can't really get out of this. If you truly were thankful for your true fans, quote unquote, if you have any, I'm pretty sure they were all meme fans, but if you're truly thankful for all of them, you wouldn't have scammed them with a shitty coin. You would have released I don't know, maybe some merch, something like that. That's what I would have done. I would have released something kind of jokey, funny, lighthearted, but not no shitty coin, real world value. I think that's gonna be it for this one, and I think I did a better job of kind of explaining stuff of what happened. So yeah, hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, hit the like button, and comment. If you didn't, you can comment telling me that you hated this video and whatnot, and dislike, because it still helps the video do better. Thanks again, and yeah, have a good day and peace.